let's do your stimulus update right now. If Joe Biden has his druthers, when he's inaugurated at the end of January, he will pass a stimulus package. He's already threatened Congress, like, hey, you guys work this out ahead of time so we don't have to deal with this on day one when I come into office, because we've got a whole lot of other crap we got to deal with, like coronavirus, et cetera. And right now he's dealing with an administration, the Trump administration, that's not helping him at all. But that might change, actually. And if you joined us late here, this is what Senator James Lankford had to say about that he's losing patience with President Trump. He's a Republican from Oklahoma, saying that if the White House doesn't resolve the problem by helping the Biden team transition, he's going to personally intervene. That Vice President Biden should be able to get access to all of this information, including coronavirus updates, et cetera, and presidential daily briefings, so that our country can remain safe. So there you have it. Sitting senator saying, not going to have it. By the way, again, Oklahoma, the most conservative state in the country. He's not happy with Trump. Nevertheless, Joe Biden wants two big issues that he's working on right now: coronavirus and stimulus in the economy. Now, he has said that he would call for more stimulus if the Congress does not pass any stimulus in the next few weeks before December. Right now, Biden's initial plan includes this. It's very similar to the CARES Act, the first one that passed back in March. It has stimulus payments included in it. For eligible Americans, has more unemployment benefits. So there would be an extension of unemployment benefits. It would also have new measures to provide additional financial help. So here's what's in it. It would have extension of unemployment benefits, $600 per week on top of the benefits already being paid by states. And this was a temporary relief. Of course, the $300 that President Trump did in his executive action was only $300. Those have been exhausted. Those have dried up. People don't have those anymore. Those are gone. So this would actually provide more funds for people, going back to what was unfolded in the CARES Act, and it helped people tremendously. We know that $600 kept people out of poverty. People were able to pay their bills, put some money aside for savings in case, and now I'm sure they've used it all up because it ran out. It doesn't go into specifics yet, does the Biden plan, on much funding and how much funding may be available, like one big number. We don't have that yet. So again, this is all sort of preliminary stuff, and we've already reported some of this. Again, nothing is set in stone. There's no actual bill. Just want to be very clear. So if you see other YouTubers out there telling you that there's new stimulus coming next week or today, that's not true. That's a lie. There will also be more monthly Social Security checks under Biden's plan. There were no measures to boost Social Security in the CARES Act, so this would be actually better than the CARES Act on this front. It would be an additional $200 to be added to the monthly payments that go out to Social Security recipients. So how many of you watching right now receive Social Security? Under this Biden stimulus plan, you would receive an extra $200 in your Social Security check under the Biden plan for stimulus. It would also forgive federal student loan. There's a couple of different numbers that have been floating around on this. Some of the numbers that I've seen are $50,000 of student loan debt would be forgiven under a Biden plan through executive action. He wouldn't even need to go to Congress for that, which would be amazing. There's also, back in August, Trump extended the forbearance of mortgages until the end of 2020. Biden's plan would go further and offering loan forgiveness on mortgages. So imagine that. So you've got a student, you've got your forbearance continuing through the end of the year, so you don't have to pay it back, but that interest is still accruing. So if Biden's plan would add on that $10,000 forbearance for this year, for the 2020 year of $10,000, that would be fantastic. But I've read reports of it going up to $50,000, but that's where the Biden camp really wants to be. So maybe somewhere in between, I'm not sure. We'll have to see how this comes together. Other things that are included in this: more money for small businesses, more energy emergency sick leave for everyone who needs it, fiscal relief for states, no out-of-pocket money for COVID-19 testing, so you wouldn't have to pay for that, or treatment. That would be covered, and an eventual vaccine. You will not have to pay for that. We already know that 82% of the Pfizer vaccines have already been bought by governments. 82%. The EU has just bought 200,000 of them. So these are the very latest numbers. Again, we don't know when everyone would get a check. This is just some preliminary ideas from the Biden camp. Again, it pulls from the CARES Act. And hopefully Congress, we don't have to wait for the Biden plan. Hopefully Congress can get its act together and get something passed here in the next few weeks as we enter the holiday season. And that at least has been the goal for Mitch McConnell, who says he wants to pass something before the end of the year. The big question, of course, is will it be the smaller version, $650 billion, or will it be the larger version, 1.2, 1.8, 1.9 trillion, 2.2 trillion, which is what Democrats want. So we'll see somewhere in between. So that is your stimulus update for this Thursday. So thank you for asking that question.